Yeah, thank you. Good to have you on set on The Citizens. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be talking about a very interesting topic, cultural identity. Have you heard about that? It may be my first time. No. But we're going to be looking at how cultural identity affects development. Does it affect development? We have citizen Christian who will be digging deep and sharing his personal insights on this topic with us. Christian?
Yes.
Good to have you on set.
Thank you.
Can you just enlighten me
Yes.
on what cultural identity is?
Okay, I think cultural identity is something very simple, and basically identity is just about knowing who you are. So usually when you talk about identity, it's about I and you, and understanding what are the different dimensions that comes into the perspective. So first of all, when you talk about identity, it's in relation to personal level, also in the group. So cultural identity is most of all how you perceive yourself as a member of a culture. So at this level, and more importantly in Africa, we can notice that many Africans have a wrong perception of their identity, and that's where the problem starts.
So when you, that's a very strong allegation, and it will be good, and I'm not denying it anyway, but it will be good to help us understand the wrong perceptions I, as an African, have about myself, be it as an individual or as an African, as a Cameroonian, as an Ivorian. What are some of those wrong perceptions we hold about ourselves?
Okay, one of the different elements that we hold that are not really effective is that sometimes we believe that we are defined by our borders. That's the first element.
By our borders.
By our borders.
Okay.
So you will see most Africans, because they come from different countries. Maybe someone is going to say, I am a Cameroonian, I'm not going to do this because you are an Ivorian, I'm not going to do this to you because you are coming from South Africa and all that. But we are forgetting that the countries that we are having actually are just arbitrary borders that have been traced during the colonization. So I think that when you culturally know who you are, you don't consider the different borders, and you are able to embrace the other without any fear, without any perspective in mind. So that is one dimension. The other dimension that is also digging is also in relation to the colonization, in the sense that people are thinking that in their mind, because culture is a set of habits and elements. The thing is that people are thinking that culturally they are lower than white people. Or they are inferior. Yes, as African they are inferior than white people, and it makes things difficult in the sense that they are not having this self-confidence, because when you know who you are more confident, and when you have confidence you can achieve anything you want. So I think that those are just some few of the elements that I think are impeding the development in Africa.
When you're talking, I was just thinking of how does this self-perception, how we as Africans, we think about ourselves, how is it affecting development?
Very good question, and I think that's the key issue. The thing is that when you know who you are, you know your value. And when you know your value, you think about adding value to other people. But when you perceive yourself as having a poor value, you don't think about adding value to other people. I'm just going to take an example in the area of creative economy. Is closely related to cultural identity. The thing is that most of the things that we see actually in the world, maybe music, entertainment, all those elements, they are part of culture. So when you know who you are, you can now produce, and knowing that you can sell it to other people. When you look at Africa, actually, most of the African countries are importing products from external countries. Why? Because they always think that things that come from abroad is better than what we are producing here. I'm just going to take an example here. Most of the African people, when you take any citizen in the street, you just try to see all what he's wearing on him. More than 80% is coming from abroad. When an African is talking with a white person, he's always respectful. He's always like a servant.
Not in all cases.
Not necessarily be the case. I'm talking most of the cases.
Okay.
It's true that we have few people who are not falling into this category, but you will know that those who are not falling into this category are people who knows who they are. They know who they are and they are proud of who they are.
Good.
If I just take the creative industry, in 2000, recently it is producing $2.2 trillion in the world.
In Africa?
Not
creative
in the
industry.
world, but in
the
Africa,
world, yes.
the creative industry, we are not having data because we don't value it. We don't.
But by creative industry, you're
invest
talking
in-
of arts.
We are talking of arts, festivals, music, fashion, all that.
I like that because I think from the discussions, Nigeria is inspiring my thought, and we
Yes,
talk about
yes.
the Nigerian movie industry, the Nigerian music industry, and the recent statistics I gathered is that there are about 1 million or more CDs, movies produced, by Nigerians per year.
Yes.
But how can such, I would say, laudable example be replicated across the continent to ensure that we Africans are boosting our development based on the cultural values and the identity values that we hold of ourselves?
Okay, I think the example of Nigeria that you have just taken is very interesting in the sense that they are doing well, but also in Nigeria we are lacking data, and most African governments don't understand the importance of culture or cultural industries, in the sense that when you took for example, when they are giving budget to the different ministry, usually the Ministry of Culture is having one of the poorest or the lowest budget. That shouldn't be the case, because when you look at America actually, and why is America a big nation, a big country all over the world? Why is China a big nation all over the world? Because they have invested into culture and they are able to brand their culture outside. And when you are branding your culture, you are branding your identity. And when you brand your identity, it makes people to try to be as you are. And when people are trying to be as you are, they buy what you are producing. And that's how you are able to disseminate your products, your goods and service across the world.
So, tell us what
to replicate the model that we have in Nigeria, actually, we have to put system, we have to put policies, and we have to understand how cultural industry works. For instance, in terms of education, you will notice that in many African countries, we don't have training on cultural industries. Why? Why don't we learn and teach people how to professionalize culture? Why don't we learn to people how to do artistic management professionally? How don't we teach to people how to do movie production professionally and invest in it so that we can have also one of the best studio of production in Africa? Because when you watch, actually, I'm just taking the example of movie that we are producing in Africa, usually the technical dimension is not really effective, but we need to invest more in those areas to really have the big benefits.
Well, thank you very much for sharing those thoughts. Wonderful insights from our colleague. You may have a different opinion. Just share with us on Facebook and we'll continue the discussions, and why not have you on set. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.